I mean, this might be provocative, but I do think it's true for the most part. I think we would all do well if we just accepted the fact that we're all just a little bit racist. I don't care what race we are. We all gravitate, it's birds of a feather flock together, but there's something about, we think it's better also. It's not just that the birds of a feather flock together, we think our bird is better. And so in anthropological terms, that's called ethnocentrism. There's actually a fancy term for it. And essentially ethnocentrism is the belief that your culture is better. But when we apply that to race, I think there's an element of ethnocentrism about race. And again, it's a provocative statement, but if we want to have empathy about race, I think we would make a lot more progress if we would just say, look, all of us have a pinch of, it's a little provocative word, but all of us have a pinch of racism in us. So we all look down on somebody for a reason. It could be cultural, it could be whatever. And if we can start there of accepting the fact that we do, then we can deal with what we have. See, the problem is so long as we say that we don't have any, then you can't remove what you don't believe you have. It's, right. The stereotypical metaphor is, you have the word on your face, but you can't see it, right? So everybody else can see it. You can't see it. And as long as you can't see it, or you're not willing to admit that it's there, then you're never going to do anything about it. I think if we start with ourselves, that's a good place to start. And then the second thing is not really unlike what we just said about COVID or the pandemic. So if we can accept that we all have a bit of racism, and then we look at somebody, whoever it is, different than us, I mean, let's just be honest. How dare we say that we understand what their experience is? Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what it is. How can I presume that I understand what somebody who's different than me's experience is, other than again, it's the same thing, not project onto them. And can I shut up for a minute and let them tell me what their experience is? And then have at least the courtesy, and the honor to say, well, they probably understand their experience better than I understand their experience. So if they say this is what their experience is, let me give them the benefit of the doubt.